Standing on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Standing on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Standing on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. No, no, fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. All the horses are beautiful and women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah, happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and everybody who's celebrating something on June the 14th for 2024. Okay. And you know about brother what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a darn blasted smooch. We are not going to be on here long. I do not feel well at all. I just didn't want to cancel this live, okay? You all know that I get a medical procedure 3 times a week, so today was no exception. But I ate something, y'all, and it's making my head feel funny. Hey, blackberry molasses, smooches to you, baby. It's making me feel kind of funny. So I really need to lay down. So let me get into what I'm going to talk about. Okay. Over in the beefing sector, which is one of the sectors that I frequent all the time, there has been an influx of testosterone males to try to be a part of what we call the beefing sector. And if the beefing sector is nothing else, it has a lot of subbies who loves them. I am boo as soon as I finish. And they believe in sowing seeds and, giving cash apps and stuff like that. So a lot of people try to come over to get their numbers up, and a lot of people try to come over to get cash apps and stuff like that, right? For the most part, most of the subbies are very, very smart, okay, and they see it for what it is. On the other, let's see. Let me see. For the most part, yeah, whatever. Yeah, use your own. Right. Our money ain't good money, black molasses. You are absolutely right. So anyway, y'all, also I will be actually looking for at least one more mod, because it just depends on when I come live. I don't come live every day, but I do try to come live to give my people some things. And so if you are interested and I feel like I can trust you, go ahead and email me, and we'll have a conversation about what I expect as my mod, okay? Because my channel is growing, so in order for it to get to where it's going to go, I may have to do what we call improvs, which is come on and just do my thing. This live, though, has been scheduled since early this morning around 6 a.m. So this wasn't an improv. I actually scheduled this one. Actually, it was before then. This live has been scheduled since 5 something this morning because I left out of the house at 5:40. and I was sitting at this computer playing the game after I did my live. So it's been about 5:20 that this has been scheduled. So yeah, that being that, moving on. So let me bring up something, y'all. And give me one moment. So just know if you interested in being a mod, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Because I really need people who can be here. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Okay. Y'all can see this. All right. So, from my understanding from the quote unquote Umar boys that has tried to infiltrate the beeping sector, okay, from my understanding, they are very disrespectful when it comes to Black women, okay. From my understanding, one is not married to a Black woman. Something else is something else, but they're very disrespectful. Hey, pretty chocolate girl, hun, smooches. Thank you for dropping down. Manifest. Hi, thank you. From my understanding, they are very disrespectful to Black women. Okay. I'm having a problem with that because following Dr. Umar, often known as I have, the one thing he does respect is Black women. Okay. That's the one thing he respects. Okay. Um, so for them to be calling themselves the Umar boys, that means that they're taking on Dr. Umar's beliefs and the way that he carries himself. So if that's the case, then cussing out and degrading a Black woman shouldn't be on their lips. When you say, let's listen to something right quick, shall we? Give me one moment. This right here is when the person, shout out to Art, this person asked him about the Diddy situation. Listen to what he say.
What was your reaction when you seen the video of Diddy attacking Cassie?
Okay. The trials and tribulations of Sean Puffy Combs and the Cassie debacle. Here's what I'm going to say. I want to respond to your question on the Diddy situation morally and ethically, and then I want to respond to it legally and procedurally because I believe they're separate. American law isn't based on justice. We know that. American law isn't based on righteousness. We know that. American law isn't based on morality or ethics. We know that. So I have to respond with the moral side as a Black man watching a Black man not only put his hands, but also put his feet on a woman. And I don't care what color the woman is. No woman should ever be harmed by a man. I don't care.
Did y'all hear that? No woman should ever be harmed by a man. This is Dr. Umar. Okay.
She red, black, blue, purple, or brown. No woman should ever be assaulted by a man. And I can't say that enough. So from a moral perspective, from a Black man perspective, what Sean Puffy Combs did by not only putting hands, but also putting feet on that woman and then dragging her down the hallway is unacceptable. It is reprehensible. It was absolutely disgusting, grotesque, and to some degree, unforgivable. I'm 10 toes down with the Black community on the fact that what Puffy did was without question conduct unbecoming a man, let alone a role model. You have no argument from me on that point. I want to be clear on that. Wrong, wrong, wrong. But now I have to turn the mirror on Black America.
Okay, and this right here is what I have asked myself in one of my lives when everybody was. I said I'm not gonna kick Diddy's back in. For the simple fact there's something bigger. Some of you all remember me saying this. I said, for the simple fact there's something bigger happening. There's something going on to where they're coming after all of our Black celebrities who got money. It's like a witch hunt. And I'm not going to be a part of the witch hunt. If anything, I'm going to pray. Listen to what he just said. Listen.
And I have to ask Black America a very serious question. Are you really against domestic violence?
Okay. Reason why I'm playing that too, because my people know I have asked this question too. Okay, Black Molasses, babe, thank you. I have asked this question too. I said, really, y'all up there being all whatever because of what y'all saw he did to Cassie. Here's the thing. My thing was, and I'm this is not a Diddy live, but I'm making a point with Dr. Umar. This is my thing. People have been around Diddy and seen him do some despicable stuff, and they haven't said anything. All of a sudden now, because of this one video, all his so-called friends is turning on him, and everything else is coming after him. When y'all been around seeing him do this stuff, then not only that, who else do you know that's getting beat that you ain't saying nothing? I'll wait. Ain't that what I said? Okay, check this out.
Or are you simply glorying in the downfall of a very successful rap mogul and you're using the domestic violence incident as a justification to celebrate his fall from grace? And the reason I have to ask this question, Art, is because 40% of Black women in America are domestically abused.
Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Remember, I do a segment on Black women who have fatally lost their life. And I told y'all, we are the most disrespected and we are the ones that's being killed the most by those who are supposed to protect us and love us. Check this out.
Every day in this country. 40%. That's almost half the Black women in this country are victimized by their lovers, their husbands, their boyfriends, their baby dads, their fiancés. So if Black men are appalled by Puff Daddy's behavior, if Black women are appalled by Puff Daddy's behavior, why do we have so much domestic violence in the Black community?
Good question, ain't it? Good question, ain't it? If everybody is so upset about what they saw with Diddy in this video, then why is it that Black women are the most ones being murdered, killed, abused, all of this by the very men that's supposed to love us, that look like us? Somebody lying. Okay, here we go.
Let me ask it another way. You want Puffy to suffer for what he did, and he should. But did you call the police when you heard your son beating his girlfriend up upstairs? Did you call the police when you heard your nephew choking out his girlfriend last week?
Good questions, because a lot of y'all turn your head. Because y'all know y'all sons will whoop you. So you don't jump in it. And you know, even when she tells you, he hit me, you, oh, baby, he didn't mean it. He love you. Hey, Didi, I got it today, boo. I can't wait to crack it open. I got it. Baby, no, he didn't really mean it. Instead of going up there and helping her go upside that Negro's head. Why he beating her, calling 911, talking about, I'm downstairs and I hear my son beating his girlfriend upstairs. I'm scared to jump in it because I think he's going to hit me. Some of y'all won't even do it. Y'all see y'all brothers jumping on women, and y'all won't do anything. Check this out.
Did you call the police when you heard your grandfather smacking up your grandmother in the back room? See, I cannot condone hypocrisy, Art. I can't condone hypocrisy. If we are this adamant against domestic abuse, why is it so prevalent in the Black community? Do you know that a Black woman is 3 times as likely to be murdered by her romantic partner than a white woman? 3 times.
Did y'all hear that? A Black woman is 3 times than a white woman. Check this out. That's why I said the state of the Black woman. Here we go.
Times as likely. And I don't have to tell you, you watch the news. This whole year has been a killing spree against Black women. I've seen more black women murdered this year by their baby dad, by their estranged husband, by the fiance, more this year than I've seen in quite some time. You have white men who are taking black women on dates, beheading them,
Yep.
chopping their body parts up, and distributing them all over the town, as was just happened in Ohio a few weeks ago and elsewhere in this country. It has been nothing but a homicide year for black women. Femicide in our community is a major problem. So if we are that in agreement against the abuse of black women, why is it so prevalent? Black women, when you find out your son, your nephew, your uncle, your brother, your father is beating on their women, have you called the police? Black men, when you find out your son, your nephew, your father, your uncle, your brother is beating up on black women, do you chin check him? Do you grab him by the collar? Do you pull him out the house and give his ass a good stomping that he deserves? No, you don't. You know what we do, Art? We turn the other cheek. You got black women being beat up in black churches. You got black women being abused in the masjid, Jehovah Witnesses, all organizations. You can't name me. And
Y'all heard that? Did y'all hear that? So my question is, we are the mother of civilization. During slavery time, when massa would beat our husbands and all this and stuff, I wouldn't feed our husbands. If we were still of where we had kids and our breasts were filled with milk, we would allow our husbands to suck the baby's milk to give him strength to go back out and do what he had to do. We would risk our own lives during slavery and sneak a biscuit or a piece of bread or something to feed our husbands when they were kept from getting any nourishments until they did what they were supposed to do. And sometimes they would work from sun up to sundown. And when we would take them water, we would also slip them something to eat, giving up our own life. Most of the time, if we got caught, we would die just to save our men. And yet and still, you got these men claiming to be Dr. Umar from Dr. Umar's section that has no respect for women. In a recording, because I don't watch them, in a recording in the beef sector, one of the content creators played a video back. And this one particular called this woman all type of bees and this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking to myself, you cannot represent Dr. Umar because he respects the black women. But I want to bring it to you, subbies. This is what I want to say to you, subbies. When is enough? Most of you are like a train wreck. But it gets to a point to where when a person can't respect you and can't respect who you are, I wouldn't care what content creator I liked. I wouldn't support none of them that support that foolishness. At all. People can say what they want to say, but as far as the beeping sector content creator, I'm going to give her this. And she hasn't been on her lately. Just Kimmy. A lot of y'all don't like her, and okay, that's fine. You don't have to like who I like to kick it with me. We're adults over here. But you know what Just Kimmy said? My people don't like you. I don't like you. So y'all not welcome here. How many people, I've even heard James say that, Treasure Lane. I've heard him say that. Oh, y'all not coming over here. Come up here for what? You ain't beef sector. What you got to say about the beef? You ain't beef sector. And then he's followed up with saying, I ain't arguing with no new person about no old shot. So subbies, when is enough enough? When will you stop giving your click and a view for foolishness and the disrespect that they give to your fellow sister? I have heard somebody, and this is just because I woke up one night and my you know how your TV switch, It was on YouTube and it had switched to a channel that was on. And I ain't gonna say what channel this was, but it was a YouTube channel. And I heard this man, this supposedly from the Umar section, cussing out and talking about this lady named the Real K Fit. He said some unbelievable stuff about this woman up under her dress, everything. And everybody was just sitting over there. And the women was still sitting there like, and I thought to myself, I said, what is wrong with these people? Do we really want entertainment that bad that we don't care what is being said about somebody that looks like me? Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's move on. Let's see. We almost done.
An organization, Black conscious movement, mainstream Black America to be held accountable. I would have to charge Black America with being guilty of hypocrisy because too many Black women are being beat down and murdered every day in this country. And I do not see the outcry for them like I see the outcry for Cassie.
Well,
and let me go a step further. Let me go another point. Because we're dealing with the hypocrisy of this. I am not defending Sean Puffy Combs. I can sit here and tell you in the presence of my ancestors and in the presence of the Almighty, brother, I have never put my hands on a woman in my life. There's not a woman on this earth who can say Dr. Umar physically abused me. I could never do that because I've seen domestic violence. If you care about domestic abuse so much, why were you absolutely quiet when the New York Appeals Court overturned Harvey Weinstein's?
Now, didn't I ask my people that? I came on here and told y'all that they had overturned Harvey Weinstein, and I ain't heard nobody talk about that. I still ain't heard nobody talk about that on YouTube. I heard everybody talk about Diddy, but I ain't heard nobody talk about why Harvey Weinstein got his stuff overturned. Me, a little bit content creator. I don't have 2,000 in my whatchamacallit, but I came on here telling y'all Harvey Weinstein's sentence was overturned. Nobody has touched that. Have y'all even heard mainstream talk about it? Well, let's go, Dr. Umar. Tell them, because they don't believe me.
Conviction. Harvey Weinstein, who was accused of sexually abusing more than 100 women, plenty of them were Black. And guess what? His conviction just got overturned. I ain't heard a word from nobody on YouTube.
I grew up always.
Well, Dr. Umar, I've talked about it. You need to scale a little bit more.
I ain't heard a word from nobody on YouTube. And Harvey Weinstein's attorney just said that because the New York case was overturned, Harvey Weinstein is still in jail for the Los Angeles conviction. But his attorney said circumstances involved in the New York case that was just overturned could lead to his Los Angeles conviction also being overturned, which means Harvey Weinstein could be set free someday soon.
Right.
Why isn't Black America talking about that? Why isn't Black America talking about that? Are we really against domestic violence? Or are we just celebrating the downfall of a great Black mogul? Let me go another step. The Roman Catholic Church.
Now, let me stop.
The Roman Catholic Church.
For all of you all who's been following me for a while, I've been telling y'all about the Catholic Church, right? Watch what he says. See, I know sometimes I come over here and I tell y'all things. Some things be prophetic, and y'all don't believe it. Y'all, she don't know what she's talking about. I ain't even talking to this man. He's confirming everything everything that I've said. Watch what he say.
Church. Are you aware that the Roman Catholic Church has admitted to at least 11,000 separate sexual assaults of Roman Catholic priests upon innocent children? Let me say that again. 11,000 separate sexual assaults against innocent children by the priests of the Roman Catholic Church. At least 4,300 priests are involved.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Anybody who's been following me for a while, you know 11,000. Check this out. We're gonna hear that one more again. Hold on, hold on.
The priests of the Roman Catholic Church. At least 4,300 priests are involved. 11,000 acts of child sex abuse in the Roman Catholic Church. At least 4,300 priests are involved. If we are against domestic violence, Art, can I ask you a question? Why do we still have 3 million American African Catholics in the United States of America?
Did y'all hear that? We still have 3 million, in other words, Black Catholics that's still there. 3 million, and they know this. They know what all has been going on with children, but they still stay right there. Hey, Clara Broke, what's going on, boo? Yeah, I'm asking questions. That's all. I just had questions today. I just had questions. That's okay, Manifest. I just had questions. That's it. Since we support people who disrespect us, and I'm saying we because I'm on YouTube, but you support people who disrespect you. Interesting. All right, let's go back. We almost do, y'all. We almost do.
How in the hell do you go back to Catholic Mass, Black people who claim to be against domestic violence? How do you go back to Catholic Mass? How are you still a member of the Roman Catholic Church when over 11,000 separate incidents of child sex assault involving over 4,300 Roman Catholic priests, you claim you don't support domestic violence, and you still belong to a church that admits to over 11,000 acts of it? Will the real hypocrite please stand up? Will the real...
Make it make sense. TMZ, you are absolutely right, boo. Make it make sense. How's it even possible? But y'all want to kick Diddy's back in. Then y'all want to kick R. Kelly's back in. Don't get me started on R. Kelly. Because everybody's like, he was messing with kids. But the Catholic is the richest organization that there is. And y'all still support them. You still go to Mass. You still do all this stuff. Ain't nobody said nothing. There's my brother from another brother. Hey. You still do all of that. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm just wanting to make you think. Y'all got all the fool la la y'all can take on YouTube, honey. You can click on different things and get all the mess. When you come over here, I want you to feel educated. I want you to feel appreciated. And I want you to feel loved at least, okay? Loved at least. Hold on. We almost done with it.
Hypocrite, please stand up. If we against it, why so many women being beat? Why are so many women being killed by their lovers? Why aren't their girlfriends saying anything? Their cousins aren't saying anything. Their next door neighbors aren't saying anything. Women in the congregation, men in the congregation aren't saying anything. If we hate domestic violence, why are Black women the greatest victims of it? Or do we only care when it's a light-skinned celebrity involved?
Well,
and let me go a step further, Art.
Let me go with the light skin.
I got to go a step further. I gave you my moral answer. I want to switch to the legal.
You legal. Say what I've said to y'all. Check this out.
Cassie settled with Puff for 30 mils, which she took back to her white husband. If I were speaking with Cassie, and I want to be clear, I would never blame her for what she went through. I would never blame her for what she went through. I know what survivor's remorse is all about. I am in the field of psychology. I would never blame her or try to scapegoat her for what Puffy did to her. I would never do that to any woman. But if I were talking to Cassie, I would ask her this stuff. Sister Cassie. And I don't know if she identifies as black or mixed race or whatever bag she in. She definitely bunny hopping right now. But this is what I would ask her. Was this about justice or was this about money? Because when you were with Puffy, because he's Sean Puffy Combs, you could have went into any police precinct. You could have picked up the phone and called any criminal defense lawyer in America and told them, I'm Sean Puffy Combs' lover, and I am afraid of my life because he is abusing me on a regular basis. Do you know how many lawyers would have jumped?
I said the exact same thing. I said the exact same thing. And he could touch on the Bill Cosby thing too. Check this out. I said the exact same thing. I said if it was really about justice, about her being his girlfriend, and everybody done seen her on these magazines, she could have went straight to the cops at any time saying he's beating me and I'm afraid of my life, afraid for my life. He would have not only paid her, but the dude probably would have already went to jail. Anyway, let go.
Jump at an opportunity to not only put him behind bars, but also get her a payday? I'm talking about when it was happening. When it was happening. She could have got justice immediately when it was happening. So if I was talking to my sister Cassie, assuming she claims to be black, if I was talking to my sister Cassie, is this about justice or is this about money? Because if this is about justice and protecting sisters from domestic abuse, why didn't you run him to the police when you were still with Puffy? Why are we just now hearing about this 8 years later or however many years after the fact? Why did you wait until you married a white man and then came back to get the black man's money? Was this about money or was this about justice? I'm not shaming her. I'm simply saying I'm confused. Because if this is about women's rights and protecting women, why didn't you run his ass into the police back when this was happening? It's not like he a brother who just got out of prison, Art. It's not like he's a homeless boyfriend from high school. It's not like he's a brother working a regular 9 to 5. This is Sean Puffy Combs, the face of black music, who was a mogul before Jay-Z became a mogul. She would have had no problem embarrassing him, holding him accountable, getting him charged or convicted, but she waited it out. She waited it out. And after she finally left that situation, thank God she did, moved on, got her white husband, she comes back to get 30 million. Is it justice or is it extortion? Is it justice or is it extortion? Is it justice or is it extortion? And here's the point I want to make, and I'll close on this point. I'm concerned, Art, because I'm seeing the white power structure go after wealthy black men.
Boom. My butterflies know I have been talking about this. I said they coming after our money. Everybody who's a billion and a million, they coming for you because they don't want you to be able to pull us out. Those of us who's trying to come and they want to put you in your place. They coming for you. And I told y'all, who's the next one? I told y'all they're going to try to go after Jay-Z. And what are they trying to do now? Now, every time you turn on, you seeing somebody saying a little bit more about Jay-Z, a little bit more about Jay-Z. The only thing different is Jay-Z's hood. He's very street and he's very hood. And you best believe if he go down, he gonna make sure everybody else go down before him. He got some stuff in place. Okay, let me get back to it. We almost done. Sorry.
With old, outdated accusations of domestic abuse and sex abuse. Don't get me wrong. I don't trivialize sexual violence against women. I don't trivialize domestic violence against women because our women suffer from it the most. I don't trivialize it. I don't make light of it. But to have these women come back 8 years later, 10 years later, Bill Cosby, 40 years later.
I'm going to give away this incredible 4,000.
There was no way in Hades that they should have been able to come back on Bill Cosby after 30, almost 40 years later.
For financial demands for money, or try to get somebody incarcerated decades after, years after the offense, when you chose to do nothing at the time with celebrity men. I'm not talking everyday men, Art. We're talking celebrity men who have a lot to lose. I just can't sit by as a black man and say I'm okay with the legal system letting these women pop up whenever they feel like it 5, 10, 30, 40 years later and say he did this to me and I want money even if he can't get jail time. If you really cared about justice, you would have brought suit against that black man before the statute of limitations expired.
Boom. Okay, so let's talk about it and let's go. Okay. First of all, I'm very much aware of this thing called Stockholm syndrome. Okay. Hey, Max Boo. There's this thing called Stockholm syndrome. Look it up. I've also did a video when I was under Stockholm syndrome. Okay. However, this was after I actually reported my the person who was messing with me. I reported that person, and I was told, in other words, I was left to myself. Okay. So after a while, you do get Stockholm syndrome. I get that. I understand that. However, I even said about Bill Cosby's situation back then. Yeah, Bill Cosby he was building a name for himself using almost all black movies and white movies and doing the pudding cups and and all this and stuff. That would be the time to go right into the police station, especially if you're a white woman and he's a black man. I don't care what planet you live on, but if you live on American soil right here, there's no way in the world a white woman can't go and say a black dude did something to her, and they not take her side, even if she can't prove it. That's why most of the time when these Kerns get brought up, it's recordings to show that the Kern was lying. Because if it was just his word against hers, they would automatically take her word for it. And then can you imagine that with these celebrity black men? Bless your heart, baby. Sour Patch, my heart goes out to you and my prayers, babe. Yeah, Dirk, and that's why I didn't go with that Me Too thing. I didn't because, some things start out with a good cause, but then it turns ugly. It becomes a one-person show to disregard and disrespect and to take down people. I don't like that. I don't like that. I understand what the movement was for, but like a whole lot of things, it turned ugly. And I just can't, because see, I ain't gonna never be a woman to be like men are not necessary. I don't know what planet y'all come from, but I love me some men. And I love me some black men. Don't get that twisted. Don't ever get that twisted, honey. I ain't trying to be a dude. I ain't trying to do things that men can do. It's not that important to me. I still like being soft. I still like my doors open. I still like the trash being took out. I still like yeah. I see. I love being soft. I love being a woman. I love being a lady. I ain't interested in all that other stuff. Now, there was one guy that came over with the so-called Umar boys, and he said he's an older man. And I told him, I said, you know what? It's something about you that I'm gonna be honest with you. Something about you that ain't right. It's something about you. I can't put my finger on it, but it's something about you just ain't. Mm-mm. See, I'm a good judge of character, and I got discernment out the butt. And what my prophetic don't kick in, my discernment do. And there's something about that man that ain't quite. Mm-mm. 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 And see, it took one of the content creators that's gay to tell him, "You're too sensitive. You're too sensitive to be a man, and you're too sensitive to be over here in the beef sector." I said, "That's one thing. He's very sensitive. You can't say too much to this man without him getting ah." And the thing that got me, and I think I was more outraged than everybody else when he said about another content creator that's a black woman. He said, "If she was a man, I beat her butt, I hit her in her mouth, or something had to do with physical." And I said, and I asked him, I said, "See, what bothered me about you is when you said if she was a man, you would do this. Only abusive people think like that, because a real man wouldn't have never said about a woman, if you was a man, no." Mm-mm. And it's funny that no other woman really like that. I'm like, what is wrong with you? We so desensitized against abuse that we don't realize when somebody's showing you and telling you that that's what they are. Now, what goes on behind this man's closed doors, I have no clue. Don't even care. I don't. But when I see you on here and I watch your behavior and I hear what you say, I know who you are. Hey, Queen Diva Boo, smooches. Thank you for dropping down. Yeah, whenever you say if she had been a man, I would. It means you already hit women, but you're trying to convince us that you don't. All I'm gonna say, y'all, is like who you like, support who you support, but never support somebody that goes against your interests. And what I mean by that, if you a woman and you sit up there and you applaud these men to be up on these panels, talking up under these women's dresses and stuff, cussing these women out, calling them nappy head and black and blah 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 blah. Shame on you. Shame on you. And the only reason why some of these content creators keep them up there is because y'all pay. It's profitable to keep people up there they don't like. Where is the lie? Right, Sour Patch. Where is the lie? And the thing about it is, it ain't like these content creators will lie to you. They'll tell you they paid me to be blah blah blah, and y'all be sitting right there going, "Yeah, I shake my head. I just shake my head like, wow. And like I said, you ain't gotta like who I like to kick it with me. We adults over here. You may like somebody I don't like. All I'm saying is when you start hearing these men talking up under these women's dresses, they pants, calling them nappy headed, black monkey looking, and all this and stuff, start exercising your right to leave. You ain't gonna miss nothing. You ain't gonna miss nothing. You be surprised what all is on YouTube at this point. Heard that all in high school in my okay. That's what I'm saying. Even with that, if there's something, Sour Patch, that offends you, exercise your right to exit stage gone, boo. Hey, Kendra. Exercise your. I'm telling y'all views is power. Start taking some of your power back. Start telling them what you want to see. Now, if you with the uckery all the time, then baby, by all means, you stay. But if you getting tired of being disrespected, exercise your right. Because only when you start telling people what you're gonna stand for will anything get better. And my thing was, like I said, y'all claiming y'all the Umar boys, but y'all disrespect women and black women at that. Dr. Umar don't stand for that. So how y'all the Umar boys? Y'all bad representation if that's what you are. And it's like you hate women who got common sense. And God forbid those of us who got degrees. Y'all would really hate me because I'm sitting over here with a whole DR dot that was earned and not given. And like I said, why ask yourself this question. One, why hasn't anybody been talking about the Harvey Weinstein conviction overturned? Why? Think about that. Why are they throwing everything about Diddy up in your face, but they won't talk about Harvey? Think about that. It's profitable because we, as Africans in America, black people, we'll turn each other down quicker than any other race. We will. We'll turn each other down before anybody else will. All they gotta do is just give you a morsel of information and you will take it and run with it. And they just sit back and just wait. I refuse to be on that train. Bisexual women, they are second class. I know that's right. We, our black men, need to do a better job of being there for our women, providing for our women, and protecting our women, even if it's from one another. All right, 300, you better protect your woman, man. You speaking truth. Make sure you protect those 300, seriously. Let me see. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I caught that one time. It was on the news one time, and I came right on her. Matter of fact, I did a video about it. I came right on her and told my people. I came right on her and told my people, and they was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I did a live on it. It's out there somewhere, honey." The idiot sector called the manosphere seems to hate women. I heard that they're a woman spirit now. Lord God. Well, honey, they don't need to ask me because I love me some men. I love me some men. That's weird. That is weird. But you know what? I will say this. The manosphere is actually on the FBI's list. I did that video too. The manosphere, they're watching the YouTube. They're watching everything. It's on the FBI's list, most wanted list. I think they're number 10, either number 7 or number 10. So, yeah. So, you women sphere, y'all can get on that list too. Y'all can have it by yourself. Okay? That's true. That's true. Don't worry, you'll get one soon, y'all. 300 don't have a woman, y'all. If y'all want a man, y'all let him know. Okay? Y'all let him know. But yeah, y'all. So I just wanted to come on here and just ring the bell a little bit, just to give y'all another way of looking at it. You know, I know when you support somebody and everything, you want to support who they support because you support the content creator. However, some of this stuff is getting ridiculous, y'all. It's getting ridiculous. Don't allow nobody to talk up under your sister's dress. Don't allow no and some of these women, yeah, let me say this too. Let me say this. Some of these women bring stuff on themselves. I don't think any woman deserves to be abused. Let me first say that because I'm a woman first. However, some of these people, their mouth is real reckless. When you find a person who likes to lie and they tell you they like to lie, think about that. That's dangerous. That's dangerous because if a person likes to lie, that means they have a degree in liology. Yeah, y'all heard of liology. And they are so good, they have become a liologist. Yeah, they're a liologist. And you never know if what they're telling you is the truth or a lie because they have the ability to make the lie sound like a truth. Remember, all the devil has to do is give you a little truth and the rest be a lie to make you believe it. Yeah, my brother Derek, happy Father's Day. Just in case I don't talk to you before the end, happy Father's Day. The Real Life with Anthony McNeil, happy Father's Day to you too. And any man that has any kids that's taking care of their children and in their children's life, happy Father's Day to you. And Lottie Dottie in every darn body. I wish you not Sean Bradley, happy Father's Day. Trey Joy, happy Father's Day. Um, Let me see who else. Oh, Ken, my nephew, Ken Nolan News. Happy Father's Day. Uh, yeah, so yeah, all of you all, it's going to be Father's Day this Sunday. I walk with my granddaddy tomorrow for fathers and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. That's why I'm gonna have to get in the bed so I can feel better and be up by 8:30. Okay, we have the breakfast tomorrow at my granddaddy's church. Breakfast, prayer breakfast. And then after that, that's when we leave. I said, that's so backwards. They should have postponed the prayer breakfast until after you came back from walking because you're going to be hungry. But whatever. Thank you. I will. Like I said, I ate something. I ate a spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's. And my whole throat muscles is on fire. And it's never like that. It's yeah, it's on fire. And everything. If y'all want to contribute to my coffee fund, I appreciate it. My cash app is on the screen. um, and everything is $ capital C small O capital C small O capital KY for Kentucky 929. If y'all would like to send, it's nothing too small, and it's definitely nothing too big, but it's nothing too small. If you want to contribute to my coffee fund, I appreciate it. I really, really do. And I've been on this weight loss kick, y'all. I'm doing really, really well. I can't believe it. I'm doing really, really well, and everything. So that's why I try to get me a chicken salad, y'all, and try to eat me a chicken salad. And I think that was the worst thing I could have did. I was gonna eat some Chinese food, because believe it or not, Chinese food. Have you noticed you can eat it at 7 o'clock and by 8:30 you starving because that stuff goes straight through you. And I only get the shrimp. I only get shrimp. So But if y'all would like to bless me, I appreciate you guys so much. If not, just pray that I get blessed. You understand? Because I understand everybody's going through financially, and those that's not, you still got to save for a rainy day. But like I said, if you do want to contribute to my coffee fund, I appreciate you so much. Hopefully in July, I'm going to have a quiz for every right answer you get. You get a $5 cash out. It may not seem like much, but baby, $5 add up. Do you hear me? It buy bread, it buy milk, it buy water, it buy some prescriptions and everything. So yeah, I was gonna do a challenge, but I don't know if I want to deal with that right now or not. So, but yeah, but anyway, I hope y'all like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed over here, don't forget to share me out. Tell people about this channel over here and everything. I do teach on herbs. I teach biblical stuff as well. I break it down to you and everything and stuff. And so I appreciate you guys so much. Remember, no matter what the test, always do your best. This is me, your girl, Creole Butterfly. I love you. Smooches.